Welcome to Manhattan, Kansas, the Little Apple, where they have taken a large bite out of college football. The man for whom the stadium is named, Bill Snyder, built this program from the losingest in the history of college football to a formidable foe and home of the Kansas State Wildcats. What a showdown we have in store. A couple of Big 12 teams squaring off in what could prove to be a huge game. As we'll see, the TCU Horned Frogs taking on the Kansas State Wildcats. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Kansas State Wildcats offense takes the field to start this game off. And there he is. When you have a guy like this, you don't mind building your attack around the running game, guys.
And he's a grown man. There's no doubt about it. This offense runs through him. Everybody gets their emotion, and everything is built on him and around him.
And everybody knows this guy's going to touch the football, and still, defenses can't stop him. He can run through tackles and make big things happen.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Runs through a tackle. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
When I have all that speed on the field, I gotta find a favorable matchup. They're all across the board. Which guy do I know can win? Man-to-man coverage, you can see that guy can win on that play.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
He is lucky to get that one. Last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
Well, a great job in coverage on the back end by the defense. You just got to finish the play. That should have been a pick.
Johnson looking to throw. Going for it all. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play. The Horned Frogs offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Typically, the last thing a defense wants is to have a backer on a wide receiver, but we may see some of that today, guys.
Typically, you don't see linebackers that can run like this guy, and that's why they feel okay letting him cover this dynamic wide receiver one-on-one.
Yeah, and feel okay, it's not going to be a good thing. You better get your hands on him early. Put your physicality, let that win. It ain't going to be your speed.
These guys got their nose bloodied in the Big 12 last year. They took it personally through the offseason and eager to atone this year.
And guys this year are just going to have to step up and make more plays as well. They've got some dudes who they feel are very, very talented but weren't always playing to their potential. Last year, David, it's got to start.
And the ball's loose in the backfield. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Offensive players, when they got the ball, man, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. K-State trying to cannonball their way to a score from the red zone. Off the play fake. Into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Kansas State.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Hoover. Feeling some heat. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? The Horned Frogs decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Fair catch, called for and made. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks talk about it all the time. They love the clean pocket where they can step up, throw the football. That is not what they had. Nice job by the defense, beating the offensive line, disrupting the timing, and getting a nice clean hit on the quarterback.
And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. Kansas State has it with another 1st and 10. On the run, it's Edwards. Discards a man. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And it wasn't lack of effort by the running back. He was trying. You could tell he fought one guy off, but another guy in his face right away, but just trying to do something. The offensive line needs to do a better job keeping some guys off this guy. Come on, man. Take care of your running back.
Caught over the middle. It's Johnson. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on.
Hold it, offense.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Kansas State really has this drive rolling. From the gun. Give on the inside. Can't get him to the ground. Jumped on top of the pile.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or game tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
This offense has a 2nd down play. Wide out in motion. Johnson wants to throw it. He's got his man. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
How many first downs is that alone, just on this drive? The defense, they keep this up, they're going to get worn out and continue to have to play more and more guys. They got to do something to change this.
Unleashes one deep. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats! And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And they take another look at the play with the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand.
This guy guy is such a weapon for this offense, especially down in the red area. Because of his speed and his size, he's a nice target right there on the post. You see him. It's just really hard to box him out and prevent him from catching the football. Good decision by the QB, and it results in a touchdown.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And the Horned Frogs in the hurry-up.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down,
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense. Getting the sack, getting the fumble.
Use the play fake, now to throw. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called.
Offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line gets set, first down. Johnson looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. Powerful running as he trucks his way to the 28.
love the route there by the tight end in man-to-man coverage. He's able to separate from the defender, and then once he has the ball, he's able to rip through the tackle and go get more yards.
Catch in the middle, it's Lockett. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Give to the big fullback. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
And David, this is where I think you could have excelled. You're a great defensive end. There's other positions you could have played. Fullback, I know, being one of them. How about that guy there picking up the first?
That's a nice job. Don't make this hard. Don't make it overly complex. We've seen the big fellas block all the time. Give him a bone, reward him. Now he'll block harder and he'll block longer in the future.
He's looking for an open man on second down. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. It is good. And now the lead is extended a little further. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on. Be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
Gets it out fast. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. The Horned Frogs headed quickly to the line.
I'll tell you, QBs and receivers, they practice these out routes all week long, and you've got to anticipate. You've got to be comfortable throwing it before he gets out of his break, and they executed it perfectly right there to pick up that first.
And the Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10.
Now, he does a really good job with that mesh point. The mesh point is when he sticks it in the running back's belly. When he pulls it, he gets downhill quick to chew up some quick yards. Nice play early in this football game.
Off play action. Pocket starts to collapse. Quickly out to the tight end. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. Guys, it's Kansas State who carries the lead into the quarter break. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. Looking downfield, it's Hoover getting some heat. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third down, he drops to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. Kansas State will have to punt it away. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game. And you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
They'll run for it on third and short. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Illegal block on the back. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Facing a third down and short from the 26. To the air, it's Hoover. Quickly to the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Horned Frogs will hustle to the line.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm. What better way than converting on third down? Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Quickly complete. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach. And the Horned Frogs will bring the punt team onto the field. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And the punt will hit at the one, just a little too far for them to be able to down it. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Pulls and fires complete. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down. You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt, you throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge plays all the time, but they can set up big plays down the road for your offense.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. They'll run play action. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Quarterback moving. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Man, I don't know if you want that guy outside the pocket very often because he's so fast and he can do some damage, but they did a nice job containing him. Once he left the pocket, they were ready for it, came to him, he tried to throw the football. Nice hit on the quarterback as he's throwing to force a bad pass.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
They're trying to get to it. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Pressure coming. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
You want to change some of this bad luck you've had so far around? Get after the quarterback and get his butt on the ground. Nice job by the defense. This game ain't over. It's still the first half. This is a good start.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion now setting the floor.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. From inside the 10, here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now, chip into this lead, try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The Horned Frogs come to the line in the hurry-up.
3rd down coming.
The tight end gets the handoff on 3rd and short. You don't see that every day. And from this angle, I don't think he got the first down. The defense won at the line of scrimmage. And the Horned Frogs will punt it away on 4th down. He'll try to really get into this one. He'll call for the fair catch here. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out, where are my playmakers? Who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, David?
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Now facing a 3rd and long. Johnson wants to throw it. Fires to the big fella. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting.
Oh, he dropped it! Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. You want to talk about hearts and throats when that ball was on the ground? The offense recovered its own fumble. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. It can get pretty wild in the Big 12. Some of these outposts are like snake pits when you have to go on the road. Got to get off to a quick start in conference play.
It is always wacky, Reese. Like, there's always something that happens in the Big 12, and somebody comes out of nowhere in the Big 12 every single year. So starting in conference play, Palmer, these games start to really matter, really add up, and the pressure amplifies.
It's so true, too. When you think about the Big 12 conference, it just seems like teams get caught sleepwalking. So you've got to start fast. And the challenge, I think, for these coaching staffs, these two teams, every week they've got to have their team ready to go, and it starts today.
Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Use the play fake, now to throw. That, friends, is a busted play, incomplete.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. The longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. Fairly manageable distance here on 3rd down from the 27. Johnson looking to throw. Finds his tight end. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. The incompletion brings up a 2nd down. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. He's going to run it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The defense calls the timeout. Their 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. Kansas State will have to punt it away. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. He wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. A 1st and 10 for this offense. He's going to pass. Throws to the wideout. Got his man. And the quarterback stuck it right in the keyhole, and they've got it down to the 30-yard line. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Coming after it. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Manhattan. It's been a fun start to this one, and this offense has really been the story. They've opened up a sizable lead, and unless something drastic changes, things might get even more out of hand. A combination of lethal efficiency And that offensive line has been the key. They've mauled that defense and also just about broken their will. With that said, let's send it back to the guys in the Little Apple.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Kansas State will kick it off to start things in the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. He picks it up, still on his feet. And that's going to be a safety. They prevented the touchdown by falling on it, but they'll give up the deuce. They'll boot it away from their own 20 after taking the safety. Running it back, it's Jackson.
Returner is brought down at the 47. And your Kansas State Wildcats.
Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. They'll go to the ground. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
And they get the sack right out of the gate.
What if I had told you this quarterback would be sacked at least 5 times in this game and yet still somehow would be winning? That's not normally how it works. You got to give the offense credit, because even though they've suffered some serious negative plays, they've still been able to make some good things happen.
And this is why you don't want to get in these situations. 3rd and long, defense knows it's pass. They're playing pass, playing deep. QB has nowhere to go with the football, so he just throws it away.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
Or try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together, get some good mojo going.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailed, and that pass is intercepted. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Kansas State. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. The Horned Frogs will punt this one away.
This has been a frustrating day, and I'm not sure it's going to get any better. You're already down huge. Listen, this offense can't protect this quarterback. They don't do anything right now. This defense has had their number all game long.
He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
See, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off of blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Trying to make magic with his feet. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play moves the change for the first down. And the Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs. The give to the left side. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And you can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Wildcats! And the beatdown has ensued. Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that ball. Nice job.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, Davey. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you've got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. They got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in the second half.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. And the Horned Frogs line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He gets a block. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Line gets set, 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Trying to get to it. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
That is now the 7th sack on defense. This offense cannot protect their QB. It doesn't matter if the defense is blitzing or if they're just winning one-on-one. 7 sacks, that's just ridiculous.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Feeling some heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play, just outside the 20. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
They'll give it to the back. Still running at the 40. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Scanning the field, it's Hoover. Fires to the big fella. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's 3rd down from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Horned Frogs will send out the punt unit. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Got a man. It's Lockett. Can't come in half-stepping to tackle this guy. Too much strength and power. He's up to the 25. So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. Kansas State will have to punt it away. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Guys, it's Kansas State who carries the lead into the quarter break. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the 3rd quarter stats. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Seals. Takes the easy throw in the flat. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. He makes a catch. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. And the Horned Frogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. The throw to the outside is complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. The Horned Frogs are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw it again. Grabbed over the middle. It's Porter. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. They'll throw it on 1st down. Using the quick game. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And the Horned Frogs get enough for the 1st down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the 1st down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the 1st down mark.
What a good run there. He has enough for the 1st down.
That's a really nice game. It just would have been really nice to see this from this offense earlier. Now you're getting to the point where there's a couple of thought processes. Do I build momentum for next week? Do I try to get this offense, the ground game clicking, or do I throw the football every play and try to make this football game close?
Well, with this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have a nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line finding creases.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. This offense has been unable to find the end zone all day. Can they do it on 3rd and goal? Trying to punch it in. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on 4th down. Trying to barge in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Looking for a gap. It's Edwards. Getting behind those pads and behind a stiff arm to get it out to the 27.
In situations like this, offensively, when you got the lead in the 4th quarter, when you got to run the ball, you go back to the runs that you have the most confidence in, that you can execute in your sleep, and they do it right there, ripping off 7 yards.
Leaves it with the running back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. Fair catch, called for and made. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Back to pass, it's Seals. Pulls it in. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. Offense will try to strike on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
How about this defense? No mercy. Like, listen, I know we're up big, but they are still hunting, still flying around, still chasing, still making life really miserable for this offense.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the 2nd half to get back in this game?
Yeah, and it's a great punt. Obviously, he gives himself time to let his guys get down the field, get in position. Remember, don't let that thing cross the goal line. Try to keep it inside the 10. Nice job down in the football, setting your defense up for great field position.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Might as well stick with him. Tough run across the 5. He'll get it all the way out to the 8-yard line. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. Dropping back, it's Seals. They come up with their second safety of the game. You don't see that very often.
And that kind of sums up the day for this offense. I mean, nothing has really gone your way. Now you give up the safety. Tell you what, this team's got a lot of work to do over this next week to get better, to improve. This was a bad day.
And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game, you're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Now on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Is that stiff arm even a human arm? It looks like some type of steel bludgeoning device on his way to a 1st down. Now a 1st down from the 45-yard line. Here's the give off the left side. On the nasty move, and now he's got room. And he has run out of bounds as they go backwards there and just avoided the contact.
I think a lot of running backs kind of gravitate towards that sideline. They want to bounce. They want to get out wide. When a lot of times I think you want to just stick that foot in the ground at some point and just say, I get back to the line of scrimmage.
Nothing but green ahead. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
Fullbacks are very unselfish. One of the most unselfish positions you can find in football. They block 99% of the time. But when you can give them that rock, get a 1st down, those guys are really big. You know, they're really powerful. They usually fall forward. No nonsense, no jukes, just hit you in the mouth.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the 4th quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game. Being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
Plows through the defense. Headed to the end zone. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. 1st down here for the offense. Run it with the fullback. Oh, the ball's on the ground. And he coughed it up, and good thing he got it back himself.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock.
Kansas State.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. They'll go to the counter. Smashes through. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Timeout is called with just a single second left. Nothing like stomping a guy in the teeth when you got him down. They'll try to tack on 3 more. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.